This week I'm going to be talking to you guys about a TV show that I've been a little bit obsessed with the past week. I have to show it to you. So it's this show that Amazon put out a few months ago called Killer Whales, which is basically a version of Shark Tank, but with crypto bros.
I like Bitcoin and I like Ethereum, but I want to find out what's next.
It doesn't really seem like my kind of thing, but I blew through the whole first season. I assume you know the general premise of Shark Tank, entrepreneurs pitching their businesses to investors. So with Killer Whales, it's kind of a similar premise, but it's all crypto schemes.
Phantom Galaxies aims to be the #1 play and own blockchain game.
And all of these guys who run these startups are people that have like invested their entire life savings into like a funny sounding coin, like a digital coin.
How much of your own money have you invested into this?
I put $10 million of my own money. And
even watching people talk about crypto in 2024 makes me cringe. But the more I watched the show, the more absurd it got. And then I just like, the switch flipped and I realized it's actually the best show ever. It's actually the funniest thing I've ever seen. So let me share this mess with you as we brave the waters of Killer Whales. Even though the show is a very obvious knockoff of Shark Tank, the way the actual show works is very, very different. And every time I try to explain it, I realize just how absurd it is. So I'm going to try to do my best. Okay, so let's start with the Killer Whales. Every episode, there are 5 whales that judge the pitches and ask the entrepreneurs questions about their startup. And on the show, whenever they introduce the whales, they never actually explain what it is that this entrepreneur does. They just do like a voiceover with like some really vague inspirational shit.
I expose the worst, I highlight the best.
In every episode, they'll switch out a few whales, swap them out. So they have a big roster of all of these people who are going to guide the way for the future of crypto. So let's take a look at what the show calls the biggest names in the industry.
I'm the best entrepreneur in crypto, and the media loves to hate me.
This is a pretty big statement to be making out of the gates. This guy is sort of like the young hotshot of the group. I guess he's like a big deal. I couldn't find that much about Mario online, but I did find out that he loves dancing. He's a real mover, real shaker. I love that he also introduces himself and says that the media loves to hate him. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to make me like him more. Oh yeah, the media hates this fucking guy. He's probably a genius. I did learn that Mario's success comes from his Australian blender company called Fruity.
I'm a woman. I do care about people, but I will call you out on your shit.
Wendy's a real crazy character on the show. I mean, look at her sitting on the couch. I don't really know what she does exactly, but I did learn during the show that she is a pretty big shot YouTuber.
The way I was able to grow my YouTube channel as the #1 female crypto YouTuber globally was by networking.
I mean, that is a huge statement to be making, but I went to her channel and I will say she is pulling some numbers right now. This is like Mark Cuban level fame on Killer Whales. She's like the crypto Cuban. Also, everyone on the show seems to like hate Wendy. They're always like, Wendy doesn't understand what the business is. Wendy needs this explained to her like she's a 5-year-old.
Wendy, if you don't understand it, you can pass.
Okay, well, keep insulting me.
And I'm not sure if she really likes being on the show. She just seems like she's like upset half the time, but it's fine.
I've been there. I've been on the ground.
I get it.
I've been on the ground.
I have boots on the ground. I talk to people.
I think you're out of touch.
That's your opinion.
Can I finish?
No.
I'd feel that way too if I was a crypto tuber.
I know what it takes in this market to get beyond the hype.
That guy, Ran, I said people don't like Wendy, but people really don't like Ran. He's definitely like the Mr. Awesomeness or whatever the hell his name is.
Well, since I love to disagree with Rand, we're gonna swim.
Crypto alpha vibes for sure. He's kind of running the show.
I've dealt with 9 Wall Street crashes. You bring it, I can take it.
Yeah, they've also got Anthony Scaramucci. So I have no idea why he's a part of this show. He's one of the main like advertised guys on the show. If you don't know Anthony Scaramucci, he was actually Trump's White House communications director. This dude was hired to be the White House director of communications, and then he did this interview with the New Yorker, and thought it was off the record and he talked a bunch of shit about the Trump administration. And then the interview came out and the dude was immediately fired from his job. 10 days. And now he's on Amazon Prime's Killer Whales. I don't know if there's a funnier career arc than the Anthony Scaramucci pipeline from working for the president of the United States to being on a television show judging like crypto business schemes.
When your wife is hitting the credit card, are you freaked out at her, or you're like, go to Chanel, honey?
He also isn't like a crypto guy as far as I know. Even on his Wikipedia page, I like tried to find anything about crypto. The only thing I could find was a reference talking about him being on this show. He has no idea what's going on most of the time. Every time he asks a question, it's some like vague ass business related question.
Where is the splashdown for you guys? How do you break through? How do you create adoption for what you're doing?
The other episodes come in with some pretty insane introductions from other big names in the crypto space. They brought in a dude who goes by the name NFT God.
I have one of the top publications in the entire industry. Participants won't get anything past me.
NFT God. That is not a joke. Everyone refers to him during the episode as NFT God.
Tommy, unlike my fellow whale NFT God here.
Tommy, I want you to give a 30-second Hail Mary pitch to NFT God.
You know, NFT God kind of threw me off a bit.
There's so many times I'm watching this show where it feels like a comedy sketch and the whole thing is like a bit. They also have this crypto comedian, Jesus Christ, or should I say NFT Jesus Christ.
I am the best comedian in crypto. I'm also the only one.
So we talked about the whales, but what do the whales actually do? I expected them to invest in the companies, offer services, kind of the same thing as Shark Tank. But no, this is not Shark Tank. This is Killer Whales. It's very different from Shark Tank. Killer Whales has this fun little twist they implemented into the show where there is no investing or money of any kind offered at all.
Those lucky enough to score a perfect 5 out of 5 receive Money Can't Buy mentorship from the industry's biggest names.
Money Can't Buy mentorship has to be the funniest possible way to say that none of these people have the capital to financially help your startup that you invested $15 million of Ethereum into, where it's a fucking condom that gives you an NFT when you come into it. So basically you pitch your business, you answer their questions, and then one of the whales will say,
It's sink or swim time. It's sink or swim time.
I think it's time to sink or swim.
It's time to sink or swim.
Right now,
It's sink or swim time.
So at this point, the whales will give their little spiel and tell you whether or not they sink or swim. In Shark Tank, you're like, I'm in or I'm out. For that reason, I'm out.
I hate this so much, it's incredible. It's one of the worst ideas I've ever seen. I'm out.
Killer Whales does not play by those rules. That's too similar to Shark Tank. This is Killer Whales. We sink or we swim. Sinking means that they are not interested in the business.
I think I'm gonna sink.
And swimming means that they want to like help out. They want to be a part of the project or become an advisor to the project.
So with me, you swim.
But it's not like Shark Tank, where you have all these people who say swim and then you pick one of them and then they're like your coach or whatever. In Killer Whales, you simply sink or you swim. Does that make sense? So then if you get 5 swims, if all 5 judges give you the green light and say they want to swim, that means that you win the show. That's like what winning is in this show, is you get all 5 of them to say that they are in.
Those lucky enough to score a perfect 5 out of 5 receive Money Can't Buy mentorship.
And after that, the judges come up and they shake your hand and they're like, we want to work with you. But it's an all or nothing deal. If one of them wants to swim, but the rest of them aren't interested and they sink, you don't get to work with that person anymore. Matter of fact, if there's 4 people who all want to swim, who are all interested, and one guy goes, I'm not sure, you go home. You don't get to work with any of them. You either work with all 5 of them or you work with none of them. All right, let's jump into the first pitch of the season so we can really see these whales in action.
I'm Rafael Ventura. I'm the founder and CEO of Lumara.
The very first guy who comes on the show starts off very strong with his startup called Lumara, which is the other thing. All of these crypto startups, they all have these startup ass names. It's like ChatGPT coming up with business ideas. And undoubtedly, one of the funniest parts of the show is how easy it is to make any of these crypto companies sound dumb.
And the only twist in this marketplace that is different from every other real estate marketplace, the buyers sometimes want to pay using crypto.
Right.
The thing with these crypto bros is that they think a crypto company is just a normal company that you just fucking put crypto inside. You just slap crypto on it. And this dude introduces himself with the most insane quote.
There's nowhere to go if you want to leverage your crypto in one of the most important decisions that you'll make.
There's no space for guys in the industry who want to leverage crypto in the most important decision you'll ever make in your life.
So it's a marketplace for buyers and sellers of real estate. But the only twist is that in this marketplace, you're bringing together buyers who are willing to pay with crypto. Is that the only thing that this platform does?
No, so real estate agents don't know what crypto is. Some of them do.
Crypto guys also love not answering the question. That's a whole thing in this, is they'll ask them a very direct question about like, okay, so your business is buying a house, but crypto. And the guy's like, actually, real estate agents don't know what crypto is. What? Huh?
How many houses are listed on the platform right now today?
Like 20 or so.
He's got 20 houses on his platform, and some of them might want to pay using crypto.
How many houses have you sold?
We haven't facilitated any transactions.
So you haven't done, there isn't yet a proof of concept when it comes to
There has been transactions before, but we haven't actually facilitated transactions.
Yeah, there have been transactions, but actually we haven't done any transactions.
Hold on, how much money do you have? How much did you raise?
We haven't raised anything. We have no investors.
You're self-funding this?
I've self-funded Lumara since the launch.
How much have you put in?
50,000.
And this pitch gets worse and worse. Like it is very hard to watch.
And your background's in real estate?
No. So in speaking with thousands of real estate agents and brokerages.
How did you get to speak with thousands? That's a lot.
I spent about a year emailing.
I'm at least happy that the show didn't try to put crypto entrepreneurs on a pedestal, or at least they tried and failed, because these guys like do not hold up even against the judges who are crypto people.
I'm currently living in my sister's basement.
To save money, I guess?
To invest everything in Lumara.
So we learned this guy has invested everything into Lumara, hasn't sold a house yet, sister's basement with his family.
How long can you carry on funding this if you're living in your sister's basement?
It's up to my wife.
So we come to learn that his wife, well, let me just play the clip.
So is your wife involved in the business?
She works full time, and as a family, we collectively share finances. So the money that she makes from work is going into Lumara, and the money that we have saved is going into.
So the money that your wife is making is going into your startup?
Yes.
Such a baller move, such a baller businessman move. Get your wife in there, working full time while the kid's at home, bringing home the money, put it into Lumara.
Do you guys have a prenup out of curiosity?
No.
Does she have any equity in the business?
Not formally.
We continue to find out that not only do him and his wife not have a prenup, but she also holds zero equity in the business. And the judges like properly are like, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? And he says something about how she has like 100% equity in the business because like, she's his wife.
I look at it as she has 100% equity in the company.
But if it's not written.
Why should the five of us believe that this business is going to be successful?
There's key players. There's huge institutional folks that are coming, that are showing interest in Bitcoin.
And again, once this guy's asked a normal, straightforward question, he just uses the crypto business jargon that we hear this whole show, where he's like, yeah, there's institutional key players in the battlefield on the field.
It's sink or swim time.
I don't know if it's too late for me to bring up that this whole show takes place in the Batman room with the ceiling lights, where freaking Batman has got all of his cool gadgets. There's also where Half Alive shot the Still Feel music video. I remember Logic did a like freestyle rap video in this room. I think AJR did a music video in this room. I gotta get inside of that Batman room and make a video of my own.
Rafael, I think your business model is flawed.
No, I could never have expected him to say that. The business model is flawed? Oh, no. Oh, what are we going to do? Lumara isn't a good idea?
I don't see the marketplace for it, so I'm a sink.
He's also really old.
Dude, they will try to fuck with each other on this show, especially Ran. They just try to take shots at each other as if they've been doing this show for like multiple seasons, as if they didn't meet like that day probably.
I don't think Zillow is interested in getting in crypto. I don't think that they have a bunch of people looking to understand the market.
But we never thought that the institutions would come in and look where we are now. I like the idea. I think it has potential.
So you like the idea now?
Raphael, you're a good talker, but I can see right through it. I'm gonna have you swim though.
Wendy, what are we swimming for? Wendy's like tearing into this guy like, you don't have a prenup for your wife, she has no equity in the business, you're making her put money in the business, is horrible, you're a bad person. But I think it's gonna be a swim. It's gonna be a swim. It's got potential. I wanna work with you. No real estate background. I'm gonna swim. And also, you need 5 out of 5 votes to get through. So if the first guy gives you an X, why are we not just calling it? And why doesn't the guy just go home?
Oof. Gee, where'd this come from?
Wow.
Big mistake, Wendy.
Why is it a big mistake? Why is it a big mistake? Because you need 5 out of 5 sharks to swim. You need all 5 of them. This show will make you think otherwise. Like the entrepreneurs will be like excited when they hear them say that they're going to swim. But it's after like a bunch of guys say they're not going to swim. Sometimes they look like they think that they won.
Surprisingly, for once, Ran gave you good advice. Becoming the button.
What do you mean for once? See, everyone hates this guy. They're like, for once he's able to give you good advice. Or they'll be like, I don't usually like working with Ran, but this time I'll agree with him.
I'm definitely sinking.
Ooh. It's no good.
Raphael, the team, the inexperience is lacking. We can admit that, you're early. But when I want to buy a home in a few years, when people want to buy a home today, there's not really game in town. So for me, it's a swim.
So if the business could be bad, but if you're the first person to make the business, then it's like, well, there's no one else doing it. No one else giving you the option to buy a house leveraging crypto. You know, it's a shitty idea. You have no money. There's nobody who's interested in it. It doesn't really make any sense. But what am I going to do if I want to leverage my crypto in the most important financial decision I'll make in my life? Yay, I won. Oh. So his face afterwards, he's like, wait, did I win? He's like, should I be happy right now? He's like looking around like, what does that mean? I got 2 swims. So do I pick between them 2?
Unfortunately, you got 3 sinks and 2 swims. Doesn't mean it's over yet. I want you to keep building.
She said it's not over yet, and I thought there was like another level.
Give your wife equity, and when you both make it, treat her like the queen she is because she stood by your side.
As we'll come to learn, a lot of the appeal of a show like Shark Tank is in the products or the ideas that these businesses try to sell. There are tangible items that are interacted with that the audience gets to see. The sharks get to invest real money. In Killer Whales, they're just like, yeah, I came up with this idea last week, like 20 people have heard of it. I want your guys' input on it. Also, I live in a basement. Oh, you don't really like it? You can't work with me unless all 5 of you work with me at the same time for some reason. Doesn't really make any sense.
Up next is Pundi X.
So this is actually Xpost, our point of sale system, which allows people to buy and sell crypto.
I'm so bored already. I don't care.
Can I see that product?
Sure.
I was a cashier at age 14. So I'm going to be able to tell you right away if this is good or not.
Wendy says that she'll be able to tell him right away if it's good or not, but then the rest of the pitch, she's just like playing on the little machine. She has it in her hand the whole time. She never says whether or not the product's good or not.
I totally disagree. I think you're on the cusp of something. I would like to see you have more local partners and a richer environment in that, but I think there's a wave of adoption coming.
Anthony Scaramucci always sounds like he has no clue what anyone's talking about.
Coming up next on Killer Whales is Ape Water.
No way.
Let's find out how thirsty these whales are.
Let's find out how thirsty these whales are. Yeah, Ape Water is the first business I've actually seen out in real life. I've gone to bars, I've played at venues, where they sell Ape Water. A little can of water with a Bored Ape on it.
My name is Andrew Bagg. I'm co-founder and Chief Visionary Officer. I don't like traditional titles.
So cringe, dude. The Ape Water guy is the Chief Visionary Officer.
With a can of Ape Water, it unlocks a world that you didn't know existed. When you scan the can, and all of these incredible opportunities are presented to you, whether it's augmented reality, gamification, Web3, blockchain, technology, digital prizes.
Oh yeah, the buzzwords are flowing in right now. This is how every guy talks. He's like, yeah, the frictionless structure of the meta gate on the geofence. Dude, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna put your head in the toilet and I'm gonna give you a swirly.
All right, you've got the Bored Ape Yacht Club on a can of water. That's the business plan, right?
Out of the gate, just they get dunked every time. Anthony's just like, what? It's a can of water with the Bored Ape on it.
We want to reimagine water. So what we want to do is create the best experience one can have with water.
But it's water. Right? Let me taste it.
We want to reimagine water.
First time in my life, I'm having a Bored Ape Yacht Club water, and it opens like a beer, which I like. I do like that.
I can't believe that he said that out loud, actually. Oh yes, an aluminum can. It opens just like a can of beer. I like that. It feels like I'm drinking a can of beer when I open this can.
I love the packaging, but it's water. So what am I missing? Sell me on the story.
If you notice, it's in a can.
Oh yeah, I did notice it was in a can. Yes, thank you, Mr. Ape Water.
Most water's in plastic. Estrogen is released in a man's body when you consume plastic water.
What? This guy unironically walked into Killer Whales with a can of water, and part of the selling point is that estrogen is leaked into a man's body when he drinks water from a plastic water bottle. You get estrogen and like leaked into your body. Yeah, dude, you know if you eat red meat, you're also putting estrogen in your body. That's a really manly thing, but it's not, because you're going to get boobs and a vagina.
If I drink this water, is it going to get rid of my man boobs?
Yes.
You can borrow one of my bras.
Okay, shut down the show. They should have shut it down after the first episode. I don't know why they waited 5 episodes to cancel the whole thing.
So when you scan the can, that's where crypto and Web3 is unlocked. And you unlock digital prizes, AR experiences, gamification. We can do something here where there'd be a geofence, and we would have a bespoke experience.
Yes, a bespoke experience with the geofence. Thank you. Finally, a can of water that works for me. There's no space for guys out there who want to leverage their crypto when they drink just bottle a little water.
You're an e-commerce business, not a crypto business. You have a crypto component on the side.
Can you talk?
The questions are just one question, if you don't mind, Wendy.
Get owned, Wendy. Get completely owned. Oh my God, just slam dunked on this one. So you scan the water with the QR code. There's a QR code on the water. You scan it and you can possibly get stuff. Maybe. Is it crazy if I don't know. Can I say that the guy, like the co-founder on the right, looks like the Bored Ape on the can? He literally looks like the Bored Ape on his shirt. Like it's literally like he's got his own face right there on his chest.
Am I getting this right, that what this is just water?
Just water.
Where you scan a barcode, and if you scan a barcode, you get an NFT. Is that what it is? If I were to simplify.
It's a Cracker Jack box or a Happy Meal.
So it's like a Cracker Jack box, but instead of getting something real, you scan a code. Couldn't anyone else scan the code that's on the outside of the can?
Me, I grew up very, very poor. I was very excited to get a brand new box of cereal and to fight with my 2 sisters over who won the prize. I didn't care what the prize was, I just wanted it. So to me, I like it.
So Wendy likes it because when she was a kid, she was excited when cereal boxes had prizes in them. And it didn't matter what the prize was, it was a prize. So she likes it. She likes it.
There are so many bottled waters out there. There are canned waters out there.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for stating that.
They're actually not selling water. They're just selling experiences. The entry to Disney, the entry to the experience land is the water. They are the next Disney.
I never really thought about it like that. That's a really good point. These guys are the next Disney.
Killer Whales. I think it's time to sink or swim.
So at this point, we've got the best chance of swimming here that we've had with any of these other businesses.
Will the Killer Whales go bananas for Ape Water? Or will they kick the can to the curb?
That's golden. Whoever wrote that needs to get a raise. Well, the show got canceled, but...
Why do we need water on the blockchain? It's not about the water. It's a ticket to an experience.
What? Why were they just nodding along to that? He's like, why do we need this? Why do we need water on the blockchain? They're just happily nodding. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
But like Rand, I started out as a skeptic, but I liked everything about the story. I liked the packaging. I even liked the way the water tasted. And I'm a swimmer on this one, and I wish you guys great success.
Thank you.
So he says he likes the way the water tasted, but earlier his whole thing was like...
I love the packaging, but it's water.
It's just water, though. What's the special thing outside the water? It just tastes like water. But now he loves the way the water tastes.
I love that you want to give back. I'm very, very big on that. But at the same time, it's just water.
It's just water.
I started very high. I'm like, finally an e-com business. But you don't have enough money.
So when he's like, you don't have any money, I'm over here wondering, like, isn't that the point of the show? They're supposed to get funding to help the business? But yeah, they don't, there's no money. So they just give them advice. They literally just offer them advice.
E-com is a very, very tough beast. And look, Rand is an advisor now, so it's a big minus for me as well. So it's just making it tough.
Dude, they hate him. They hate this dude.
I'm going to be swimming with you guys, and unfortunately, swimming with Rand.
He's pissed.
It's not a crypto business. And that's what I love about it.
I knew it.
You little stinker. You did it. You freaking did it. This is a show about crypto businesses. And the first one that gets 5 swims, it's not a crypto business. It's not a crypto business at all.
It's a swim.
We're swimming, baby!
Well, thank you very much.
5 out of 5 swims, that's a full team.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have gone any better.
I think their likelihood of succeeding is low because of how difficult it is.
Wait, what? 5 out of 5 swims, the first thing he says is, yeah, difficulty of success is low. I don't think it's gonna work.
We're swimming in multiple ways. We're doing the front stroke, the back stroke, the whatever that, what's that one?
Breaststroke.
Yeah, all the strokes.
We're not doing the breaststroke because you're not drinking the water with the estrogen in it. So you'd have nothing to... You got nothing to do with that. Then we have this company called Plastics, which is another company that is extremely hard to describe.
Waste recovery projects across the globe are able to generate a source of revenue in the form of a certificate called a plastic recovery guarantee, bought by companies that essentially want to show their commitment to the environment.
I cannot figure out what any of these companies do.
I actually think they are onto something, but I don't understand from where point A to point C where B is.
See, I have no idea what's going on. Like, you have a token, you have an NFT. Is this for companies or is this for individuals? What part of the world? How does it work? Is it helping?
This happens so much in this show where entrepreneurs can't answer like simple questions to help the viewer understand what it is that they do. And when it's a show where you're watching people pitch their businesses, it's kind of hard when you have no idea what the business does.
So the fans of the Barcelona football team buy these digital collectibles, which allow them to get benefits like stepping on the grass, having access to jerseys signed by the team members.
So hold on. What, now you're talking about something completely different.
No, none of this shit makes any sense at all.
No, what do you mean? They're buying NFT to walk on grass, to get jerseys.
Precisely the point. Fans will want to get that.
What does that have to do with saving the environment and collecting? Like, I was in this until you mentioned that.
It doesn't make any sense.
You lost everything one time when you went. What happens if that happens this time?
If we fail, the world is fucked.
No, dude, leave, walk out the door at that point. If you are running a business and I don't even know what you do, and you make the claim that we're all fucked if we don't just like make this work, I'm pretty sure that we aren't fucked if this crypto plastic fucking whatever it is.
You lost everything twice.
Yes.
It struck a chord with me because in 2000, 2001, I lost everything. I went to below zero. And then about a year ago, I had the biggest loss that I've ever had in my financial career. It's very public. I lost over $130 million in a week. So I've got a lot of respect for you.
Why is someone who's supposed to be an expert who's going to be advising these startups, why are we picking a guy who just lost $130 million last year? Last year! And he's done it before. 20 years ago, he fucking lost everything.
I am worried about scaling what you're doing. When you think of the scope of the problem, it's still a drop in the bucket. Having said all that, I'm super excited with the project, so I'm going to swim.
Thank you.
He just says a bunch of negative stuff that he doesn't like about it, just to say that he's gonna swim with them. Anthony needs to stop acting like he knows what's going on. He's got no idea what's going on.
Wendy, if you don't understand it, you can pass it over
You
to
know,
Mario.
let's go ahead and do that.
If you don't understand it, just pass it over to Mario.
Oh no, dude, everyone hates Ran. He's just such an ass, bro.
All right, since Wendy cannot understand it to give you an answer, I'll do that for you.
Oh my god. Anyways, none of this stuff matters. 2 of them swim, 2 of them sink, and then it's up to Wendy to decide if she wants to sink or swim.
It's 2 yeses, 2 no's, and the vote is down to Wendy, who didn't understand it.
Let's not forget that it's not a majority vote. All 5 of them didn't swim, so that they already lost. I don't know why we're still I don't know why we're pretending like it comes down to this.
Okay, well, keep insulting me.
I'm not insulting you, I'm just saying you didn't understand it.
Dude, they hate each other. She doesn't actually show up in the next episode, so I thought that she legitimately just like quit the show, but she ends up coming back after that. So I don't know if she really likes doing this.
I'm gonna swim for the social good.
Thank you. We're very grateful, Wendy.
So why is the room green and why does it say swim if only 3 of them said swim? But they're not standing up and like shaking their hands and stuff. So what are we doing? What does sink or swim mean? What even happens after the show if they do swim? Do they like exchange contact information and sometimes talk to them and give them advice? So the second episode's about entertainment. Again, Wendy is not in this episode. They replaced the one woman on the show with another woman. And we've got another handful of like abstract startups that starts with this one called Celebratix, which this one guy runs, and it's like he's trying to stop scamming in the ticket space. And he's like, the only way to stop scamming is to turn it into an NFT.
That's exactly why the transition from PDFs to NFTs is vital.
Is that really the only way to stop scamming people? We have to turn the whole thing into an NFT?
You have no experience in crypto. Your investors are all from the event space. No one has experience in decentralization, yet you're decentralizing the ticketing system. Doesn't add up, man.
Yeah, and then they just back this guy and say that they're interested because he's a young guy.
Guys, what's better than a 24-year-old who lives and breathes this industry? You're smart, you're hungry, and you represent young entrepreneurship. I think you're young, I think you're smart, I think you're hungry, and if I were a betting man, there's no one else that I'd rather be betting on this industry with than with you. So we're gonna swim.
You might not have any money or anyone using your business, but if you're a young guy who's got passion, like this whole show is just based off vibes. It's not like whether or not the business is run well. It's just like, do I see myself as someone who would want to help you out? And then after that, we get this company called Noom, which is, again, these companies and concepts, they all sound like they were made with ChatGPT. The names are so dumb. I hate reading every name of every business.
We are building this ecosystem, and for this ecosystem, there are different pieces.
The people that run this company sound like they were programmed with ChatGPT. I mean, look at this guy in the fedora.
You guys are co-founders, CEOs, but meeting for the first time ever in real life?
Yeah. Yes. He's shorter than I thought.
Oh my God, they hated that joke. They were pissed off about that joke. There's nothing funny about someone being shorter in real life than you expected them to be.
Guys, I love you as friends. Focused, friendly, funny.
So when I first watched this, I thought she was saying like, I love you guys as a friend. But she was trying to say that she loves them together as friends. As a pairing of friends. I love you guys, you friends.
It's amazing. I just don't think you've got that killer, that feature. I didn't hear that killer feature, so I'm gonna think. They're not killers. If you want to succeed against YouTube, Spotify, you need to be a killer.
Whale. Coming up. You need to be a killer whale. Honestly, I'm trying to remember what the next business is. FX1. I have no idea. I completely forgot.
Why this product? Why do you think that this is the killer product that's gonna change the world?
You know, 90 million Americans tune in and watch online sports a month, just a month, right?
So what does your product do?
I'm gonna tell you the problem first and then we get into the product.
Dude, you gotta answer the goddamn question. She asks you a question, just answer it right away.
But when you show your children this product, they gravitate to it and like it, or they say, hey, Dad, I don't get it. What do your children say about your product?
My children are my test cases. If I can solve it for my children, I always go to them with like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? How do you think of this idea?
How many registered users?
He didn't even answer the question. What do your children think of the product? He's like, yeah, they do. They do. They think of it. And this happens with like a few businesses, but some of these guys get a little sassy. You know, some of these guys talk back a little bit, and we'll get to more of that soon.
You claim to have an amazing product, but you only have 20 users a day.
Yeah, but we could get more users, but we're not spending money on advertising, right? We're not wasting advertising.
So man, 4 years, man. It's not an excuse.
Then we'll skip ahead to episode 3, which is the gaming episode, which has to be my favorite episode, obviously. It's hilarious how crypto people take any idea ever and then they get so passionate about just like shoving crypto into it. Why do we need any type of currency to be a massive implementation into video games? Why? We don't need to do anything different without we're making video games. There's no currency problem that's missing in the development cycle of video games. We don't need to introduce it.
People talk about wanting to create the culture. You're looking at the culture.
Oh my God, this guy's the culture. His name is Ilata Producer, and he actually produced a lot of songs for Eminem. On all of like the worst albums that he's made. Kamikaze, Revival. He does the song Offended off of Revival.
I'm so narcissistic when I fart, I sniff it.
I've been making games now professionally for over 25 years.
This was the moment I realized that this guy is a twin. There's 2 of them. And it made me wonder, I was like, was there a second twin the whole time in the other episodes? But there's not. There's just the twin in this episode, and he never comes back. Just insane, the idea of having one guy in every episode, but then you just have the guy's twin with him in one episode.
So Ben, if I were to play your game, and I'm not interested in play and own, I don't want to own anything. I just want to
Play and own.
Play and own, as I said.
The fuck was that about? What the hell? The twins are starting to malfunction.
If I just want to play your game, and I don't want to play and own anything.
Hold on a second, I have a question for you. Why wouldn't you want to own your in-game assets?
Because I'm not a loser, okay? I'm not a loser.
When I grew up playing Sega Genesis, my mom called me for dinner. I had to turn that thing off and I lost all of my progress, and I would like to restart the game where I was and have all those assets that I earned.
Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is Wendy explaining the concept of saving a game to us? Does she think that we can't save games now? I lost my progress every time I played the Sega Genesis. What if you didn't lose your progress? Wendy, lock in. Go get a fucking PS5, dude. Jesus Christ.
Anytime you have a phone, you have games on them. People play these games constantly. They just kind of waste their time. We want people to be able to monetize their time. Any game that you have on your phone, you launch it with our app, and as you play, our AI tracks that and pays you out rewards that are backed in gold.
Crypto people don't understand why people enjoy doing things. They feel like every hobby is missing a crypto element because they don't have interest in anything else. The video game industry is not interested in a way to earn crypto while you play video games. They're interested in a good goddamn video game. We just want to play video games.
I'm Steve Wood. I'm the CEO and co-founder of OneLab, which is the creator of One App.
Steve Wood. I wouldn't.
My wife keeps asking me when I'm gonna not be poor anymore. We've spent quite a bit of funds to get this all up and running. It's basically drained my bank account.
Dude, don't say it like that, at least. You're trying to make yourself sound like a sad sack of shit? What the hell? Oh, that's sad. That is so sad.
They're going to struggle a little bit to understand that this is a reward which is actually backed with gold that can be redeemed, but you have to go through a whole process.
They don't need to understand that. They can exchange it for gift cards.
They don't need to understand. They just need to download this app and connect their Bitcoin wallet to it and let the AI do the work for them. Cool, dude. No thanks. That immediately sounds like something that's a complete ripoff. When I was in high school, they used to have a Bing rewards system where Microsoft would give you digital currency for using Bing and for searching things on Bing, or mostly searching things on Bing. And when you would do that, you would get like a few coins. And if you searched, 10 things on Bing every day for a year, then you can get a fucking water bottle or something that says Bing on it. And I used to run that thing for all it's worth. Every day I'd be in there with 4 different accounts, searching all these things on Bing. After a couple weeks, I could get a $5 gift card to Target. I think a lot of these products are spit in the face to actual game developers who make actual games. And these guys are trying to profit off of it using some fucking digital bullshit. All they're doing is slapping advertising on some app on the Google Play Store, and then the advertisers are paying them and they're paying you in crypto. Mobile apps already have enough ads going on as is. Why do we need this?
There's a lot of questions how this works. I want to know if this is working.
The app is launching right now.
He's like, I want to know if the app's working. And the guy is like, the app's launching now.
How much funding, how much runway have you got left?
How much runway do we have?
You don't know how much runway you have left with the project?
A couple months.
Out loud asking your co-founder how much runway you have left on the project is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Jesus, dude. Oh my God.
How are you going to manage the business's finance if it's reliant on crypto assets? Because let's face it, we know crypto is volatile.
If there were a project that costs less than 10,000 to produce, I really don't agree with you though. But you're entitled to your opinion though.
Ooh, he is sassy.
Let's find out what our judges think.
I do think that it is a good idea.
You do think it's a good idea, Wendy? Really? Why? Why?
If you're going to get defensive with me, how are you going to talk to your community and people that have similar questions?
Get him, Wendy.
Unfortunately, I'm going to sink.
Oof.
It's utterly ridiculous. Didn't actually give any single advice whatsoever.
They're just not thinking broadly enough.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with you guys. They're just not thinking broadly. They just don't see the vision.
They're too obsessed and too stubborn about something that, in my opinion, ain't gonna work.
You know what, Rand? I actually agree with you, which this is very rare.
This is super.
Yeah, no, that's super rare. Yeah, no, you guys never agree on anything. They never agree on anything. They hate each other.
Network is an online platform where users can socialize, create, and play.
This is by far the worst startup name out of all of these. Network.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks. Thank you.
I want to start not what the game is, but who are you guys? Why do you have a passion for this?
You got it. You got it.
You both are pitching your business. You're the founders, and they're asking who you are, and you're like, you got it, bro. You got this one. I'll get the next one. I have to show you this one, though. This game looks insane.
If you ask a traditional gamer about blockchain games, they probably say it looks awful, there's no gameplay. It's just another way to scam people out of their money. The objective is to get wealthy, powerful, work for your faction, and try to set up a better world.
It's a blockchain game. Cool. I don't want that. I'm gonna go play Mountain Blade 2 War Banner instead and actually enjoy my night building my army. Yeah, I'm jumping off the Cryptopia bridge into the Cryptopia River. Okay, I'm done.
Why would somebody play this game?
Why would you choose to start playing a game? I mean, you were probably attracted to something like, I like the story or I like the gameplay.
Dude, answer the question. If he asks what the game is, don't ask him why he would play. That's such a broad question. It's not like a gotcha. It's not gonna lead into something better.
Why would you choose to start playing a game?
Usually for me, it's word of mouth.
Absolutely.
So that means that your game needs to be super sticky for my daughter.
Yo, what? Let's chill. 2 seconds, okay? What are we talking about here?
I believe the sticky part in our game is that we have fair game loops. And that means that it is fair for you to upgrade your game, to level up, and to increase your potential in the game.
Yeah, that's usually how games work. There's usually a gameplay loop. Usually it's not broken if it's a good game.
My game is the best game because
it's 100% decentralized, easy to start.
What does that mean, though? If it's decentralized from the start, how is that any different from me playing goddamn Fortnite? What does that mean?
Can we address the demo?
Let's address the demo. Let's take a look at what the game looks like.
It looked like sort of like Sims 90s level quality. I've seen games with better graphics.
I want to see if this guy sinks or swims.
I think you know that you didn't impress me. Having said that, I know it was a bit harsh, but I want to help you. So I'm making you an offer. I want to mentor you just to get your pitch right, just to get your story right. So today, we're going to sync.
What?
But that's the beginning of our journey together.
What? What do you mean you're going to sync with us at the beginning of the journey? There was already other syncs. He's not going to advise him if he swims. Why is he sinking? If he's going to mentor him. That's the whole point. What? Why? What does swim or sink mean? I have so many more that I could talk about here. I'm going to show you one more because it's like my favorite one. But I could show so many more. Let me know if you want me to talk about killer whales more.
Gonna make it is the NFT marketplace the world needs on the blockchain technology the world needs.
Welcome to Killer Whales. Give us your pitch.
That was NFT God, by the way. That's him. That's your boy, NFT God.
It was actually the 4th of July, 2017, that I got a message from God, from the universe, whatever you want to call it, that told me I need to make this blockchain.
Let's go, baby. God is telling us we need to start this. I was sitting there one night praying. I was asking what my purpose is in this life. And God said, you need to make this business where you put something, you protect users on the blockchain with an NFT. I don't know what he does. I don't know what the business is.
And I didn't know why I needed to make it, but now I know why. I'm the only founder that I know in the space that has built decentralized governance into the actual blockchain protocol layer. And what that does is it allows people to have a safe crypto experience.
This guy needs to get spanked in the metaverse. My brain is broken from hearing people talk like this.
A message from God? Come on, Tommy.
Come on. We're crypto bros. We're all atheists. Come on, what are we doing here?
So God told you build in crypto.
Well, I was looking at my on my phone and seeing all the Instagram stories for the 4th of July, and I felt those vibes.
Are you on drugs?
Get him, NFT God. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I feel like you could have asked that question to any one of the entrepreneurs who came on this show.
Not right now.
Okay, got it.
Were you on drugs when you were feeling the vibes and talking to God?
No, just on Instagram. I guess it's kind of a drug, though.
Okay, that's awesome. That's pretty funny.
How much of your own money have you invested into this?
I put $10 million of my own money.
Excuse me? What was that?
I actually took a $10,000 home equity loan out of my house and bought 10,000 Ether at $1 in January 2016, right before it went to $10.
For every 100 crypto bros who invest their life savings into crypto and lose it all, there is one of these guys who actually ended up on top.
When I built Energy, the motto was originally cryptocurrency for world consciousness. And then I realized that people don't even know what consciousness means.
This guy is on another ethereal plane.
That sounds very kumbaya, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think anyone gives a shit.
Dude, NFT God is a monster. This guy should have been on every panel. He is NFT God.
How are you going to get $10 million back?
So actually, that's how I'm different than everyone else. You see, most people come in the crypto space and build something for the purpose of making money. I came in the crypto space like an artist.
Wow, dude, you are unlike anyone I've ever seen before. You came into the crypto space as an artist. You're not like these other guys, even though you took out a loan on your house and made $10 million in Ether.
I built the ideal foundation of what the world needs.
So you're Michelangelo of crypto.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to put it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't trust you at all. You sound crazy. I think a vast majority of people are gonna think you're crazy.
No, hold on. I trust him, and he's the right kind of crazy.
Let him cook.
You're authentic, and I like that. I respect that always. I'm gonna be honest with you. You kind of creep me out. And I don't trust people who invest $10 million based on the universe and vibes.
No, I'm with NFT God on this one. We need to escort this guy out of the building.
I actually understand what you say when you get the universal message and the vibes. People thought I was crazy, that I had the same dream every night of working with the biggest rappers and artists in the world.
Why would people think that you're crazy for dreaming about working with the biggest artists in the world? I feel like that's normal for you to dream about if that's your passion. I've been recording this for like 2 hours. I gotta stop talking about it, but I would love to talk more about this show. There's a lot more in here that I could say. It's crazy. Anyways, that was fun. We talked about a TV show. I don't know. I'm just trying a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you want me to watch next. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be making videos. We're gonna keep it up. I'll be back next Wednesday with something else. Bye-bye.